This is an arc analysis.
This is an arc analysis.
This is see that it's not gonna be perfect now. This is an arc analysis.
This is arc analysis.
This is this is arc analysis.
Kill or Be Killed, Volume 2. Published by Image Comics 2017. Written by Ed Brubaker. Drawn by Sean Phillips.
Dynamic Duo is back.
I love the team. I don't want to speak for you.
You made sure that you let everybody know that you love this team, and so much so that you've front-loaded as much of their work together as possible.
Yeah, we did a 6-pack on these guys back in like the 30s. The arc analysis number 30. This is number 122, but back in the 30s when we did the Fade Out, Criminal, and the other ones that I can't remember off the top of my head.
The rest, yeah.
All great. But we're back. Oh, Kill or Be Killed Volume 1 as well.
I wouldn't say all great, but all very interesting, all very dynamic, and all worth checking out.
Oh, you're right. What was the one that there was one that we were like, this is...
Let's not go there.
This ain't it.
But that's par for the course, right? You don't want everything to be perfect, right? And then we had such a hard time ranking them because of our individual tastes and the way that the tones change through the artwork and the writing. So it's a really good team, right?
Yeah.
That should be a thing that we keep following up with like what teams really work, because that makes a difference. And if you hadn't noticed, the Comic Patrol is a very good team.
New meats.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe wherever podcasts are heard. Also, give a follow on Comic Patrol Pod at Instagram and Comic Patrol Pod on YouTube. Hit us up at comicpatrolpod@gmail if you want to add a submission for a future arc analysis.
That's right. So are you Brubaker or Phillips?
I like saying Brubaker.
Yeah. It's nice. I love saying that. Brubaker.
Yes, Brubaker. But,
Brubaker.
I mean, name a better screwdriver head than Phillips.
Yeah. I didn't even...
Yep. I got him with the dad stuff.
You nailed it.
I got him with the Home Depot.
Yeah, you nailed it. Well, what was I supposed to say that? Well done. Proud nod.
You can name another screwdriver head, but
Robertson? It's not really. Doesn't have the same pizzazz, does it?
Use that Phillips.
So, what's Dylan's last name? The main character.
Do we find that out?
I don't know, because they don't say it in this volume. I don't remember if they said it in the first one. But anyway, Dylan, the main character, has a shadowy figure as a passenger that's making him kill once a month at least, right? That's the premise here. In this volume, we continue the nightmare that our main character is living, as the demon on his shoulder demands to keep killing. It gets easier, but also it gets easier for him to kill, but also much messier as his two lives start to mix and cross over a bit. His two lives being his normal life, and then his life as a killer.
Yeah, red ski mask, which is amazing. I love the premise. Did they reveal the shadowy figure in the first volume?
Yes. He was all over that book. So that's why this one's actually a little more interesting to me, because he's barely in it.
Is less in it. And even that, I was like, I would have preferred him just talking to like a wall and me not even seeing it.
Yeah. Well, because then it leads to the idea that he's just nuts.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is something they really alluded to in this volume, which is really good. You get some crazy sort of revelations. Especially if you're a fan of Donnie Darko, there's a lot of parallels of taking pills that are probably placebos and not for you.
Yes, yeah.
And things getting worse for you.
Yeah, there you go. So this is a Donnie Darko thing. I was thinking Dexter too, because in Dexter he's not taking drugs, but he has like this. He calls it his dark passenger, and he has to keep killing to like satiate it. And if he goes for too long, he kind of gets like antsy. If he goes too long without killing, he kind of gets antsy.
Yeah. I was going to say, I really like how they balanced the rush that he gets when he does kill.
Yeah.
And the confidence and the inflated ego of like, as bad as it sounds, the sense of accomplishment of like, I took a life, so now I can do anything. And that ends up being like, I'm going to score with my ex. And like,
yeah, who's just conveniently enters the story at like the perfect time.
Yeah.
Because he's got the relationship with his roommate and his roommate's ex-girlfriend, where they had a bit of a love triangle thing going on, where she was banging both of them in the first volume, and now they've kind of all fallen apart and drifted. So he still likes her, Kira, but his roommate, the two of them are like just not even talking. Yeah,
which is something I missed in this volume, right? Like I like that triangle because it was so messy, but I really understand the writing went from inside messy to outside messy, because that was at least contained to the four walls of their apartment, and obviously there's gonna be some sort of fallout. I wasn't expecting the fallout to be what it was that we get in this volume. Fair enough, but the real messiness is now on the street, right? Like his alter ego, his superpower, his vigilante side is just. First of all, I don't know how he's getting away with all the stuff that he's getting away with. But the way in which, because I guess we're spoiling everything, the Russians just enter into Volume 2 is just proven to be a bigger mess than he has ever signed up for.
Which is also cool because it connects to back to the first volume when he takes on the Russian, the mobster at the strip club.
Oh, right.
And the strippers start beating him up.
Mm-hmm.
So that all connects to the Russian mob now because they're still mad about that. They're like the guy in the red mask who messed up our. So this red mask is actually starting to fuck him up a little bit, like mess with him, because even this one opens up with him shooting a guy point blank in like a restroom.
Yeah, that was a great opener too.
I love it.
And then cops right on the other side of the door. And,
and
like, what the hell am I supposed to get out of this?
That's right. And now the cops see the red mask, so it's almost like you gotta ditch the mask and get another one, dude.
But that's his branding. Like that's his.
I'm jumping over a little bit. There's also a detective that's introduced in this.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Lily Sharp.
There's competent detective and police work that's happening.
Right, and she's like, this guy considers himself a superhero. And going back to the fact that he won't take the mask off or he won't change the mask, he clearly subconsciously at least believes that. Because as soon as it's like, this mask is recognizable, you'd think, I'm getting rid of it.
Thoroughly. No.
I'm going to get a different one.
Yeah.
Because anybody with a red mask is like, there's even some kids that mess around with the cops.
Which was great. Yeah. They get beat up and they're on the news and everything. And they're talking about like, oh, they got the wrong guy. But it's that kid's fault for wearing the mask in the first place. But yeah, I mean, you could have that discussion of if it is or isn't.
But what it serves to show how on edge the police department are. Like for this guy who's just keeps killing. Like he's killing Lily Sharp, who's following him along. She's realizing that he's only killing like scum of the earth type guys. Like there's the guy who like poisons dogs at the dog park.
There's the pedo.
Yep.
I don't know if we're empathizing with Dylan or supposed to be afraid of Dylan, which is kind of the intrigue to the book. We still can't figure out if he's the hero or the villain. And there's even a point where he's talking about comparing himself to the Zodiac Killer because he's thinking about sending a letter into the cops. Like, why would I compare myself to the Zodiac Killer? Like, his inner monologue is nothing short of amazing. Yes. Because it really, for the reader, it helps make you understand him more. But it really fills in the blanks of what's going on in the world. Because there's even certain moments in the book where his thought process is so loud that you don't even get to see what the other characters are saying because they just blank out the word bubbles. Now the word bubbles are there, but I love the effect of like, we're not even gonna put words in there or like scrambles. It's just like, I'm not even paying attention to her, right? Like I have so much on my mind. And he does, I don't say the weight of the world, but like he's a serial killer. So like that's gonna have to come to some sort of head at sooner or later, right? How many issues we have left in this? But this one was really good for getting inside what he's trying to accomplish. The pullback for me was I didn't want them to lean on the demon side of it. I really wanted to just be like, I think this guy's just got some screws loose and he can't figure out what's up from down.
I think that's exactly what they're doing. Before I continue on that, I just wanted to double up on what you're saying about the way it reads. The way it reads is like we have his journal in front of us and we're reading through his journal, and it's fun since it's not so often that this sort of thing happens. It's usually like exposure, like, oh, and this, or it's inner, like it's a little bit of talking to yourself. But this guy looks like the way he's reading his exposition parts is literally like he's writing it down or he wrote it down that night and you just got a hold of it. And it's awesome. It does cause the book to jump around a little bit, which I'm not.
I think that works in its favor.
It does for a bit. I think they do it a little bit too much, but
because he's clearly manic. Like he's like every day he wakes up and he's got to deal with like 6 other things that he shouldn't be having to deal with.
But like every opening, it's like you're probably wondering how we got here. Let's go back to this, and it's like, okay, I don't mind you do that once, even twice, but you kind of done it a few times now. It doesn't make me mad, but it's kind of like I don't really want that every time I start a new issue.
I wonder if that's building to something.
Well, I think they maybe because they are building to, like you were saying about you want him to be nuts and not just the shadowy figure following. I think this volume more than the first one is pushing us to believe that he is just off his rocker because the thing doesn't show up to the end. The final issue in the volume, he shows up and he's giving him a hard time, whereas in the first volume he was constantly there. So it's almost like a manifestation of his murdering tendencies. Like he's obsessed with just killing people, and he doesn't realize he's obsessed. He feels like he has to, but if he is, he doesn't see that the ghost or whatever, the demon, never shows up. Yeah. Now he is kind of challenging him at the end, like, I'm done killing for you. So I want to see where that goes, because it could kind of open the lid on whether he's just crazy or there actually is some sort of a demon. I kind of hope he's just crazy. Well, I want to see how they explore that and maybe like smoke and mirror that, but we have to get there.
But he's not the only crazy one in this book. What's her name? Kira?
Yep.
That whole I'm going to wait in the closet.
Weird. Yeah.
That's... I like that you admitted it too when they finally had the meetup in like later issues. I don't know if it's book 8 or book 9.
Yeah.
Where she confronts him, was like, "Hey man, like I stole your pills. One, that's terrible. Don't steal anybody's pills.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're for them or not, like when people can't find their pill, like that's just, you're asking for trouble that you're not ready for." But then admitting like, "Hey man, I was in the closet when you were banging your new girlfriend." Like, whoa, like violation. But I like how it was written because Dylan still sees the dreamlike and like movie sequence of it. It's like, I just want to grab her and kiss her, because like he knows that's his girl at the end of the day, right? Like the previous pages leading up to that, he had been obsessing and thinking of her. So the fact that she popped back into his life, okay, there's a level of kismet. But you're both so crazy that you can't even admit that you're crazy, to just be like, hey man, you want to be crazy together, which is probably the happy ending that this book is not going to get.
Yeah.
One of them is going to get killed. It would be my prediction. I don't know if it's going to be by the hands of the other one, but we'll see. The fact that you were obsessing so much over Dylan and you put him in such a precarious position from jump, right? Like, and in the first book, she was calling so many shots and she seemed more confident and powerful and had the wherewithal to just be running the show between these two guys, right? This one, she gets pushed back on her heels and she's dealing with her mother, like the fallout of her mother, which is all like sad stories and stuff like that. Like that whole photo album thing was like, oh, okay, this is rough. This backstory for her, great. But I don't know if I want her softer, because Dylan's really the soft one. She just looks more crazy to me than anything. And then poor new girlfriend, whose name I also don't remember.
Daisy.
You know how to pick him, because you picked him at a real interesting time in his life.
Daisy's cool because she comes in and she seems like the perfect chick for him. It's like, oh, this is great. You're reconnecting with the thing. But then what she ends up doing with like his dad's paintings in the end, like you go from, hey, one woman being like, I was hiding in your closet when you were banging your girlfriend, to, oh yeah, I took your dad's like career paintings and put them up in the art gallery.
Because that was one of the best pages too. Like just to see him freak out, it was like, oh my gosh, like this is something's awakening in me.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, like this is not how I wanted this night to go, right? Like,
does Dylan really have to kill a bitch right now?
Like, yeah, like you can kill somebody, right? But great painting, right? And then again, we get gratuitous boobs in 2 issues, which is nice, right? Because they reference the one, either a movie or a painting with the red devil chick, and then they show her, and I was like, oh, okay, nice. And she calls him a perv because he remembered it from like when he was 8 or something, like first seeing that. But like immediately reminds me of like Baby Blue.
Yeah, Red Shoe Diaries.
Yeah, all that stuff is like, oh, like if the TV had it, I was checking it out, right? So if you want to call me perv, fine. But there's those little similarities that always bring you back to kind of the human qualities of this book. Like even though this guy's running around being a serial killer, like he's still just kind of a dude trying to figure it out. And the stuff that everyday people have to figure out, which is like relationships, jobs, like money, passion, and purpose. He's just added like serial killing on top of that.
Yeah.
But like there's a purpose to it because he's trying to rid the city of like the worst evil. Then there's like the escalation level of like, okay, once you start killing, like you're definitely going to draw some eyes, right? So you have the police department looking for you, obviously. But that Russian whole
Russian mob looking for you.
And that issue's great too. Like the whole van stuff with who's it, Rex, like his drug dealer stuff. Like
it's just drug dealer Rex and I can't remember the Russian guy's name, but
they look like Tombstone to me because he just had a flat top. Yeah. That stuff went out great, and even how he gets chirped in the end because he doesn't finish the job. Like he thought he finished the job, and they drive off to the side. He's like, "You pussy, you can't kill." It's like, yeah, and like they draw that really well. Like I love that, but he keeps going down a path there's no really redemption for the way I see it. Because he's getting more inclined to take like really good like eye to eye headshot stuff, and before it used to be like matter of fact and just like I get them in the gut and like hopefully they bleed out and stuff, and like by mistake sort of stuff. Like I remember like snowy scenes where he's just like, oh no, we got caught up and oops, right? Like it's so ways to get out of it. But these are like assassination sort of shots, and then he was smart enough to like blow up the van and like cook it, and so that's why you love the detective, because she's like, the first killing was an appetizer. This is the meal.
Before you go into Lily, because I do want to talk about her, she's got amazing panels. But we were talking about earlier about how does Dylan even get into these situations and how does he do all these kills? During this issue and like kind of spot reading a second time, he's not scared anymore. Like you were saying, like he's just like the whole van thing. He's not doing anything highly trained. He's just like he jumps out the van immediately, like right away. As soon as he hears like a Russian accent in the back seat, he's at the van. He's rolling around. He's just shooting kind of almost. He doesn't even shoot blindly. He gets to the back of the truck. A little bit of a quicker thinker, and that's working for him. Like he's not trained. He's not some crazy military like Black Ops type thing. He just isn't afraid anymore, and that counts with it because that's like a barrier removed, right? So it's like he just has to act instinctively without being like, oh, what do I do? It's just nope. Like that's why the execution shot right in the face. I don't care anymore. I don't like killing. I'm almost become numb to killing now, right? Where Lily or Detective Sharp is amazing is that she gets no respect from the force.
Nobody believes her. Like no one gives her leads. No one tells her about the stuff she did.
Funny, and the way it's so written weird. When they do find that burnt van and she's with the two other detectives, and she's saying it almost exactly how it is, and they're just like no, and they're like just complicating it. Like no, he wants us to think that he likes this guy that he dropped off at the hospital. It doesn't really though. It's just like it's a decoy. She's like that's not even. And she's just talking to a wall. They just completely ignore everything she's saying. It's hilarious.
That stuff reminds me of like Dexter and like Breaking Bad. Of like, there's one cop who's completely doing their job and on the nose, and the rest of the department is like, nah, get out of here. There's no way Bruce Wayne is Batman. You're an idiot, right? It's like, I've got pictures. I like that I made a Batman comparison in a non-Batman book, even though I used Breaking Bad and Dexter. But I couldn't think of the names of Walter White and Heisenberg. But we'll leave it all in. I do like how it clicked to him that his taxi cab driver had a Russian accent.
Yeah. Like later on, he thought.
Yeah. So I don't know how to bring back the pills in this because I think there's something to it. But I like that, to your credit, it's he's ripped off the Band-Aid of like fear and the basic human emotions that you would have in kind of these situations. But now his like deadly mind is like starting to click in. It's like, all right, we got to connect dots faster now because like the entire world is dangerous except for like these two girls, and even so, they are kind of dangerous. They're just with a different part of your mind that you weren't really playing with because you had to worry about this other stuff. So I think we're making this book sound more complex than it is, and it's not. It's really very well done storytelling. It's just the nuances and the levels that we have now pulled from it really let you know how much we're enjoying the dynamic duo of Brubaker and Phillips.
The book itself, like the plot and the idea, is not really like crazy complex, but the characters are. They're all very nuanced. Like one scene you like them, the next scene you're like, not really, right? So and it's just like you said, it's written really well. So there's a lot to pull at, a lot to dig into, like the detectives and Lily and Dylan and Kira and Daisy and even the Russian mob and how they're not going to let up on him, right? So at some point, it's going to come to a head with the cops and the mob and his addiction to killing. The pills too are interesting because I think they're just a plot device.
Yeah,
because they even mentioned
like they're not for him.
and they're not doing anything to him.
Yeah. They're low grade Valium.
Yeah, they're like low grade Valium. They just make you a little sleepy. And he didn't even notice they were gone until he got like super desperate, right? While he was killing his stuff. He just
It's like, wait a minute.
yeah.
This book really handles, as much as it's a Dylan book, it really handles balance with other characters really well.
Yeah.
And other books we would have complained, like either you spend too much time with a new character that I don't care about and don't know how to wrap it back into the central theme, or you don't give me enough of these characters that are highly interesting. Like, again, we spent a lot of time with Detective Sharp and just getting into her mindset, seeing how her department sucks, but like seeing how she's probably going to be the one to at least discover it. I don't know if she's going to be the one to take him down, but I like now, for me, the betting odds is there's 3 potential women that's going to take this guy down. I think it's a woman that's going to take this guy down.
Yeah.
And
well,
then,
it has to be. Well, it doesn't have to be, but it should be.
You know why? It's because it's Coke and Deg's favorite trope.
Yeah. Pussy's going to get you killed.
And it should. Like, this is the book that should deliver on that.
Yeah, it's great. Well, since we already buried that, we rank these on a good or bad basis. Boom for good, bot for bad, and whoosh for what I just read. Boom. Like, I enjoyed every second of this, every single page. I was like, this is great. How he deciphers who he's going to kill, how he conducts it. Even guys that are harder to kill, like the one lawyer that he was trying to kill. That
running in the park.
Yeah. Oh, running in the park. Yeah. And then he got lost in thought, and he goes, "Hey, who are you?"
What's up? He runs to the police and he starts booking it. I was like, this is hilarious and brilliant. Yeah, he knew how to take off his mask and be like, I got to blend in. So that mind is getting sharper.
Yeah, it's very, like I said, the only real gripe was just how many times they were jumping around, but it's not even that bad. I was just kind of like, I just have to find something to say. Like,
I agree. Boom. For the record, I'm almost gonna say no notes. My only notes is the demon, but I think there's gonna be a payoff with that. And now that it's less and less, I'm interested to see where that happens, because there's so many interesting and real characters in this. The fact that I hope they don't hang their hat on this demon character that's a figment of imagination is something that would kind of pull the rug under from what you're telling me with this really engaging story about people and one kid that really got pushed. In any other timeline, this could have been a Luigi story. Shout outs to Luigi, who's still on trial, right? Like,
yeah. That Luigi, not Mario Luigi,
not Mario Luigi, no, Luigi, eat the rich Luigi. But great, beautiful art.
Like we were saying too, it's like this one, I think I like this better than the first volume because there's less of the demon. It's more Dylan just going about his business.
And to your favorite trope, it's less CW. There's not a lot of relationship-y stuff.
Well, it skips the melodrama, right? It's the sappy stuff isn't here. Kira and Daisy are both grown women, and they are written like grown women. And Dylan's a grown man. He's just a mess. But Kira and Daisy have their issues too, right? Yeah. So it's fun, and it's fun to read. And Lily's just awesome.
Lily is awesome. She's probably going to go down as MVP. I would push back that Dylan is a grown man. There's literally something in him that's not a grown man.
You know, that's a good point, yeah.
He does grown things. He just doesn't... I don't know if he understands the full... not capabilities, rationale. Nope. Consequences is the word I was looking for. I don't think he understands the full consequences of his actions. But the walls are closing in, which I totally appreciate about a book shaped like this.
And a part of him is still just that little boy that's seeing his dad's homemade porn pictures, right?
Yeah, pornography. I was at a pornography store. I was buying pornography.